Hello everyone, and welcome to all of my beautiful fellow seekers out there. So for today's session, I thought that we would venture into at least what I consider a really fascinating and beautiful project that was started by Dr. Tim Lomas, and that project is called the Positive Lexicography Project. The Positive Lexicography Project is essentially a compilation of words that are focused on well-being. These words are taken from all kinds of different languages around the world. The words that found their way onto this list are considered untranslatable, meaning that they lack an equivalent in other languages because some ideas are not shared in common. I've always had an appreciation for words and the power that they have to create, manifest, encourage, inspire, uplift, reassure us, and express important emotions like love, kindness, compassion, and of course, they sound pretty wonderful too. I'm going to be reading from this positive lexicography today, and we're going to be exploring different concepts like coziness, joy, bliss, and peace. And we'll be exploring these concepts in French, Italian, German, Afrikaans, Chinese, Arabic, Dutch, Welsh, Greek, and so on. So, with that being said, please be gentle with me. As many of these words I've never seen or heard of before. And of course, I will promise to do my best to pronounce them correctly, but I will undoubtedly fall short. And I truly hope that I don't offend anyone. But I assure you that my intentions are full of respect and love for these different languages and different cultures around the world. So my hope is not only can we learn from one another, connect to one another, but also have the opportunity to expand our hearts and our minds and hopefully experience some really terrific tingles in the process. Here's to our collective well-being. Before we get started, I'm going to use a tiny cute little Tibetan singing bowl that we've used before. And as you know, it produces really beautiful tones, which I hope can help us feel centered and focused. And as I ring the bowl, we will follow the tone until it dissipates, helping us to open our hearts and our minds to receive the positive energy from this beautiful lexicography. To begin with, we will explore the concept of coziness or homeliness in different languages. The first word is chrysalism. Which is the amniotic tranquility of being indoors during a thunderstorm. This term is of English origin. It's relatively new, and it was coined by John Koenig. This is Welsh for getting cozy. It can also mean a hug or a cuddle, a sanctuary or a safe, welcoming place. This is also Welsh. It's a habitat, a place where one feels one ought to live, the relationship that one has to a place where they were born or simply feel at home. Focolare, focolare, focolare. Italian for hearth, the fireplace at the physical, emotional center of a home. Geborgenheit, Geborgenheit, Geborgenheit. Feeling protected and safe from home. German in origin. The next word is gezellig, gezellig, gezellig. This is Dutch. It's cozy, warm, intimate, enjoyable, often a shared experience with close friends or relatives. Gemütlichkeit, Gemütlichkeit, Gemütlichkeit. This is also German, and it means a feeling of comfort, coziness, homeliness, comfortable, enjoyable, cozy. And next, another German word we have is Heimat, 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 home, a place to which one feels one belongs, their own land. Similarly, Heimlich, 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 pertaining to the home, comfortable, familiar, known. Heimlich, 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 cozy, owned, secure. The next is fairly popular, and I'm sure you've read articles or books on the concept, which is Danish or Norwegian, and that is hookah. A deep sense of place, warmth, friendship, and feeling of contentment. I love that one. The next is also Danish or Norwegian, and that is ukakro. A cozy nook in a room where one can feel hookah. Also, Norwegian, kwanza, meaning coziness, warmth, intimacy. And now, the Swedish word misa, to be engaged in a pleasant or comfortable activity, to be content, to get cozy, to snuggle up. And another Norwegian word, beiskås, fireplace coziness, sitting in front of a crackling fireplace, enjoying the warmth. And now for a Swedish word, trygghet. Security, safety, confidence, certainty, and trust. That compilation makes up the coziness or loneliness category. And as you might have noticed, a lot of the words were German or Norwegian, Dutch, Swedish in origin, and so I don't know for certain. It could be because of long, cold winters. And this focus on warmth and home coziness to get through those times of the year with friends and family. The next category is contentment. And the first word we have is epsnai, meaning great, perfect, exquisite, first class. Next is bianca, which is Croatian for the relaxation of body and mind, sleepiness or drowsiness. This next word has about 10 or 15 letters, and they are all consonants. So it's Finnish, and the pronunciation is going to be quite challenging, but I will give it my best shot. And this means bouncing cushion satisfaction, the relaxing feeling of sitting down in a comfortable chair. And this seems very specific, which is part of what makes it so wonderful and fascinating that there's a word specifically for this feeling in the Finnish language. I think The next word is Chinese. G, 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 G. And it means passion, heat, art. Another Chinese phrase actually is gochuganlai, 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 meaning to go from pain and come towards sweetness. It's the happiness or relief one feels after going through trying times, and how sweet that is. The next word is labuzzo, labuzzo, labuzzo. This is Czech for satisfaction, a favorable situation or enjoyment. And now, in Afrikaans, we have los, 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 a desire, craving, greed, fancy, inclination, tendency. And now, in Greek, makario, makario, makario. Blessed or happy, happy, happy. Now, and I've actually never heard of this language, so I'd love to be educated. If someone could respond in the comments if you're familiar with Yupik. And the word is dutanudum, 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 or dutanudum. Now that's good, stating that a situation is good, ready, and or complete. Next is a Hebrew word, osha, 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 for joy or contented happiness. And now the Latin word, which we don't hear too often these days, and I certainly didn't study in school. So for all of you Latin aficionados or majors out there, otium, otium, otium. The condition of being in control of one's own free time. Ease, peace, which I love. Who would have thought there's a word for that? And in Czech, pohoda, pohoda, pohoda. A state of well-being, peace, happiness, favorable conditions such as the weather. And interesting, in Sanskrit, santosha, santosha, santosha. Complete, entire contentment or satisfaction. This is another Chinese phrase, Ting Tian Yo Ming, Ting Tian Yo Ming, Ting Tian Yo Ming, to listen to life, to submit to the will of heaven, to resign oneself to fate, to trust luck. concept is so very interesting because I'm not particularly good at that, but what a comforting thought and something to think about. And in check, very good, very good, very good. A state of idleness, plain living, undisturbed rest, free time. Another Chinese adjective, Xinwei, 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 meaning happy, joyous, reassured, comforted, delighted, gratified. Another Chinese noun, in this case, Xing Fu, Xing Fu, Xing Fu. Fortunate, blessing, contentment, deep happiness, blessedness. And the final Chinese word in the contentment category, Yuan Man, Yuan Man, Yuan Man. Perfect, satisfactory, complete closure, happy end. Under joy and bliss, we have Creole, Trinidad and Tobago, Pasodi, Pasodi, Pasodi. Euphoric confusion, a dizzy or dazed happiness. And in French, Beatitude, Beatitude, Beatitude. Supreme happiness, a state of blessedness. In Greek, goddess, goddess, goddess. Grace, kindness, beauty, and nobility. Another Greek word, eudaimonia, eudaimonia, eudaimonia. Good spirit, fulfillment, flourishing, being infused with a divine grace. Euphoria, euphoria, euphoria. Being of good bearing, or more recently used to imply intense excitement or joy. Another German word, Freudentamo, Freudentamo, Freudentamo. Joy, being giddy or delirious with happiness. And in Latin, gaudere, gaudere, gaudere. To rejoice or take joy in. In Maori, harikoa, harikoa, harikoa. Joyful, euphoric, delighted, exuberant, elated, thrilled, ecstatic, jubilant. Herrlich Gefühl, herrlich Gefühl, herrlich Gefühl. German for glorious, lovely, gorgeous. Feelings or sentiments. A notion that's often associated with Goethe would describe these as forces that, quote, give us life. In Yoruba, ituni, ituni, ituni. Intense, absolute, indescribable joy. physical or intellectual pleasure, delight, or ecstasy. You might have guessed it's French. And in Yiddish, meke, meke, meke. Joy or pleasure, something that gives us great joy. Sanskrit, santosha, santosha, santosha. Contentment arising from personal interaction and acceptance of self and other. One of the 5 niyama in Hinduism, Buddhism. The next is a Gaelic word, and that is sipnyaskri. 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 Happy, peaceful, relaxed heart. Cool. Happiness, contentment. For example, in finishing a task. Another Sanskrit word, sukho. 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 Pleasure, ease, satisfactoriness. And in Arabic, tarb, tarb, tarb. Musically induced ecstasy or enchantment. How many of us have experienced that before? And in the Arabic language, there's a beautiful word to describe that exact feeling. The last category in this positive lexicography that we'll talk about today is for peace or calm. And we'll start with Italian. Abbiocco, 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 abbiocco. Drowsiness following eating a large meal. And the next word is Greek, and it's ataraxia, ataraxia, ataraxia. Robust and lucid tranquility, a peace of mind, or calmness. Calmness. And the next is Inuktitut. Iornamat. 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 Stoicism. The possibility or approach of not worrying about things that cannot be changed. Such a good sentiment and reminder for all of us. The next is Afrikaans. Dreamy or dazed could be an absent-minded state. And finally, Greek, irene, 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 irene. Peace, wholeness, oneness, quiet, rest. So that concludes this series anyways of the Positive Lexicography Project. To learn more about Dr. Tim Lovis's project, I would encourage you to check it out on his TED Talk, which I will link to below. And for now, we'll sign off by again listening to the beautiful, blissful tone of the Tibetan singing bowl. Really follow the ringing bell till it completely dissipates from your ears and your mind, from all of your senses. I really hope you enjoyed today's session, and as always, I can't wait to connect with you again soon. Thank you so much for sharing this time and experience with me, and until next time, keep seeking, seeking, seeking. You never